Good morning, everyone. Let's get this bread. So to start out, we have crude oil inventories on the day, right at market open. And then later in the day, about second half of the day, we have the FOMC minutes. And then just get a look ahead at the rest of the week. Pretty much everything we have for the rest of the week is either a red folder or an orange folder. And to those of you that don't know, red folders are considered to be high impact. Oh, there it goes. High impact expected. And orange is expected to have a medium impact. Now, looking at earnings today, we have TJ Maxx announcing earnings today. Target announced earnings pre-market. We'll take a look at their chart. And then tomorrow we have Intuit, and then Baidu is another one that looks interesting, as well as Kava as well. Now going on looking at the charts. All right, so here we are looking at the SPY on the 4-hour. The SPY didn't do too much yesterday. It broke this trend line, so now we can kind of look at that as an area of support. Actually, if we look on the 1-hour, in pre-market, we broke the trend line. At open, we ran up, tested the trend line as an area of support or as an area of resistance, came down a little bit, and then pretty much traded sideways. Today, we have some economic events that can give us a little bit more volatility, so be on the lookout to see if we start moving. As for right now, this trend line is going to kind of serve as a level of resistance. Then comes this up here. There is a gap on the 4-hour to be filled up there. And then that's all I see for the SPY. When it comes to the Qs, similar story to the SPY. There is a 4-hour gap way up here to be filled. So the Qs have kind of more room to run in a sense. But yeah, nothing too crazy going on with the Qs. Yeah, once again, similar story. When it comes to the trend line, broke it and we retested it. Now going on looking at the IWM, clear out some of these lines. On the 4-hour, the IWM has kind of been respecting this trend line. Then it looks like there was a trend that kind of steepened right here. We kind of broke below that. So as of right now, we're kind of trading in a range. Looks like we gapped up from yesterday to today. So there is this gap to be filled down here to about 213 on IWM. Going on looking at Palantir. Palantir, similar story with the trend line. So we were respecting this trend line on the 4-hour. We came, broke below it, and then right after we broke below that, we broke below this weekly one. It's important to note that on the weekly candle, we are still where it closed out. It actually closed up out on the top end of that line. So this candle is not closed until the end of the week. So we'll have to see how overall this candle responds. But as of right now, we are below this trend line on the weekly. And if you haven't seen the channel on the weekly, this is the channel that Palantir has been trading between. So yeah, just be aware of all that. Next up, we got PayPal. PayPal has been on the run. This is the weekly chart on PayPal. PayPal is at the highest level it's been since July of 2023. So PayPal is making some moves right now on the 4-hour. PayPal is currently respecting this trend line. Well, it was respecting this one, currently respecting this one, and now it seems like almost every day the trend is getting a little steeper. That's kind of what we're on right now. We'll see how PayPal does with that today. Yeah, I like to see PayPal moving, but going on to the next, looking at Nvidia. We broke this trend line that we've been respecting since the 12th of August. And broke that trend line, pulled back, got a nice little pullback. They have their earnings next week on the 28th. Nvidia does have a demand zone on the 4-hour right around this 124 to 122 area. And then last but not least on the day, we have Target. Target announced their earnings today. From yesterday, Target is up 13, almost 14% right now. And kind of came in here and drew some weekly resistances. So next level of resistance is going to be about this 165 level. So if Target gets above that, hey, they maybe go for more upside. And then right now I I have this trend line. It's fairly new, so watch this. But if you see Target consolidate over here and or maybe pull back down to this level of support or over to this trend line, maybe a go to grab some upside. All right. And then last but not least, just want to point out the US dollar is a little bit up overnight. That's a little bit bearish, but anything can happen. We have some data coming in. Be sure to smash the like button. That's your watch list for the day, family. Let's get this bread.